This is what the Almighty Allah has ordained for them.
Hi folks, welcome to the Religious Skeptic. Let's take this time to dive into this tragic video relating to religion. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, the Religious Skeptic. Also give the video a thumbs up, hit the notification button so that the video can reach more people. 6 Ghanaian ladies unfortunately died in a stampede, and instead of taking accountability, a member of parliament stood up in the session and said, "This is what Allah has ordained for them."
But I want us to all take solace in the Almighty Allah. There is nothing that happens that doesn't happen at the right time. This is what the Almighty Allah has ordained for them. Today is their day. No matter how, no matter what, no matter who was there, as what, even if we brought all the presidents of the world to sit there as ministers or whatsoever, once today is ordained for them to die, they will. And this is what has happened. Unless you don't believe in the oneness of God, unless you don't believe in the oneness of the Almighty Allah. It is not anybody. It is not anybody who wanted them to die. There is no single officer there who wanted even one single soul to pass.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Wow. On today's Religious Skeptic, I'm taking you down the path to let you know and breaking down the logical fallacies this member of parliament committed and why this is dangerous in our society today. It was a preventable stampede involving poor management, lack of safety protocol, and crowd mismanagement, and which is true. There's no two ways about this. Look, the first kind of fallacy this member of parliament committed simply is called argument from ignorance.
What? What the fuck? Damn!
To the Africans who want to make this statement, to them it's a complete insult. I know. Hold on. Argument from ignorance simply means you don't know what you are saying, or you are providing certain foolish conclusions. We know the problem. The problem is mismanagement. The problem is improper planning. That death could have been avoided by any means necessary.
I don't take so. I don't take madness. I don't take far.
The Commonwealth Army recruits, the United States Army recruits, we don't hear all of this. They are crowding in a stadium in order to hear their names. Even thieves organize their crimes online. There are virtual conferences. You can just text them, let them come, and you do the necessary things that you could have done for them. In the 21st century, where technology is ruling, man, is this what the army's got to offer? Is this a kind of solution to loss of lives that God has ordained? Basically, Allah has ordained for them that kind of death, when we know as humans that could have been prevented. That is a complete argument from ignorance. The second kind of fallacy this member of parliament committed is called false cause. What do I mean by this kind of fallacy? The ladies died simply because of human errors or preventable errors. Now, saying or bringing in a divine cause without evidence is false, and it is crazy. Trying to replace fact with faith is inaccurate. That is false. It wasn't the doing of God. It wasn't the doing of any divine force. That was not the kind of death that was ordained for them by Allah. This is not taking accountability and responsibility. The failures of the state resulted in the death of these ladies. You don't blame Allah. So, okay, let's write on this. Allah is all-knowing. Allah is omnipotent and omniscient. Why couldn't He prevent any of those? Could He have prevented it but didn't prevent that? What are we saying? That's a false cause. It was purely mismanagement. An archaic method of doing things without resorting to technology in the modern world. It's just so simple. Everything, including the evil, is assumed to be caused by Allah. In return, what do you make Allah look like? The devil? Remember my previous questions? Could Allah have prevented the deaths of those ladies? Could Allah have informed them not to go there? Or it was impossible for Allah to do so? Why couldn't that be prevented? We do not go to school to feel the reason in terms of tragedy like this. It is not the cause of God. Allah was not involved in this, and that was a shambolic, ridiculous statement from a member of parliament, somebody people voted for. Now, why? Why should anybody take this seriously? Because it is running away from reality. We cannot continue as a nation in this way, that instead of taking accountability, we shift every responsibility onto a power that we do not even see. The questions that should be asked are, who failed them? Why there was crowd mismanagement? Why wasn't any safety protocols over there for them? Knowing that you were inviting close to 2,000 of people or tens of thousands of people to come to a smaller place for recruitment. And this is caused by the military. Didn't they foresee this? Should we shift all our responsibilities or irresponsibilities on a force that we have not seen? So if there is no food on your plate, and that exactly is what Allah has ordained. And this makes me want to ask deeper questions. And let us be aware that when members of parliament or people who are elected into office use religion as a basis for everything, more death or more tragedies are bound to happen. And they will never take responsibilities. And in the same vein, when the economy crashes, we'll find a way to blame it on the devil, responsible for the mismanagement or the crashing of the economy. If water is not running through your pipe, it is the devil, or is it the will of Allah, or that is what Allah has ordained for people. People going through tragedies around the world. Russian-Ukrainian war, the Palestinian-Israeli war, all these crazy tragedies are the will of God or Allah. When Allah could have prevented this from happening, because there is human tragedy, there is human suffering, and this is what Allah takes delight in. Thank you for watching The Religious Skeptic. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, give the video a thumbs up, and also hit the notification button so that anytime I drop anything new, you'll surely be the first to know. See ya.